You're in your Esther season. Okay. So for some of you, if you're not familiar with the book of Esther, Esther was being prepared for the king. There was many different women. They came, they're like, ding, ding, ding. All the women over the ages of 18, line up and get yourselves ready because we're going to put y'all in a court. So I'm paraphrasing y'all. We're going to put y'all, in a room so that y'all can all get prepared so that we can see who the king wants out of all y'all. You see what I mean? And all the women who qualified had to go prepare. So Esther was one of those women who had to prepare to see if she was fit for the king. Okay, so there was a season of preparation of Esther before she actually became the king's wife. You see what I'm trying to say? So for many of you, you're in your Esther season, family. You're being prepared. Specifically, this is a word that many of you are being prepared for your spouse. So if you've been just feeling like, man, I feel like I've been getting these words or these messages about my soulmate coming in, my divine God sent spouse, but you don't see it happening, or you're like, how is this possible? God is giving you the prophetic word beforehand to let you know, no, this isn't your destiny. I definitely got this coming for you. But it's also giving you the chance, and in the season that you're in, that's why we got to know the season we're in, is giving you the chance to prepare yourself. A lot of times people want something. Oh, I want a husband that's like this, or I want a wife that's like this. But are you like that, though? A lot of times people will ask for things that they're not even prepared for. There's levels to everything. And the way that we increase in levels is to level up. We don't just sit there and level up by osmosis. We have to grow. We have to do those things that are necessary for our mental, spiritual, physical, emotional, financial health and growth. And when we're ready, and we're actually qualified for the type of person that we want, because it's easy to say what you want, but it's less easy to be honest and be like, okay, this is what I want. But am I actually qualified for that? Am I actually ready for that emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially? Am I ready for that type of person? Like, I know what I want from them, but what am I able to give in reciprocity? Women and men shouldn't have the same roles. It's not like we're I was about to say congruent. Look at me trying to go back to math class. It's not like, it's like equal, but different ways. You feel me? A man is different than a woman, but you can still be equal in your own way, but it's a difference. So I'm not trying to say that a woman has to do everything a man does, or a man has to do everything a woman does, but you should still be prepared for the type of person that you see yourself equally yoking with in the future. So many of you, you're getting these words because you're right on the money, and God already has a kingdom spouse laid out for you. As the word tells us, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. God didn't just know you before he formed you in the womb. He also knew your spouse. So this is something that's already been there. My throat just got so dry. I need some water. Now I see why people have water when they're doing a whole bunch of videos. But it's already been there. You see what I'm trying to say? So this is the season now for you to continue, dot those I's, cross those T's. Continue to prepare yourself. Continue to put yourself in the best version of the person that you can be. How is your physical health? Are you physically active? Are you physically taking care of yourself? And I'm not just talking about to necessarily for looks or outside reasons, but to feel good, to be able to be, have vitality, to be able to be healthy, to be able to have your mind sharp, to be able to be energetic, so that when y'all come together, you have energy for the relationship and for the future kids and all of that, right? What about mentally? A lot of people have abuse that we've dealt with during childhood trauma. Are you still, when you have trauma that you haven't addressed, it's always going to play out. God could send you the perfect person today. But if you have triggers and traumas that you haven't worked through and healed through, it's going to express itself. And even a person that is for you, you yourself, from your subconscious actions based on that trauma, can push them away financially. People want, I know I hear this all the time. I'm not even going to get on there. I'm doing my Kendra Justine channel going to be about relationships and dating. It's going to be completely different than most of the foolishness you see on YouTube. Shouts out to the people who do relationships and dating videos with substance. One of my favorite people on YouTube, just to give him a quick shout out, is Stephen Speaks. All right. I feel like that's a true man of God, and he gives genuine advice. But You have some of these people, I'm not, maybe men and women, but I'm trying to be nice, that will be like, oh, this is what you do to get a rich man. Cause no, Kevin Samuels was even on that. Rest in peace. I did a video about that already. And that's crazy. When you really are in a position where you bossed up and you meet these men who actually have means, I promise you it don't work like that. Like, that's not what they looking for. No. A man's not necessarily looking for, a Jeff Bezos woman, but nah, it ain't just gonna be just scrubbing and just finessing and using a person for their resources. You got to be equally yoked in whatever way that might be. You understand? At least have good credit. I'm just throwing stuff out. Y'all don't judge me. This is how I'm here. At least get your financial situation right. This don't mean you got to be the richest person in the world, but make sure your house is in order. I'm gonna stop right there. Okay, but this is for men and women. You're in your Esther season. For some of you, for you men, you want a spouse. You want this. God is preparing you. It's time for you to prepare yourself. Some of you might know the woman like, that's my wife. But you're not on the level to be able to sustain that woman and get the life that God has for her to deserve. Level up. And prepare yourself for that. She can be part of your motivation, but let's put ourselves in a position to be able to not only receive, but sustain the gifts that God has for us. For some of you, you're in your Esther season, and this is in regards to business. This is in regards to ministry. This is in regards to spiritual warfare. You could be about to be a spiritual assassin, slaying deliverance. But right now is a season where you're dealing with a lot of spiritual warfare. You're dealing with a lot of demonic influence or whatever. Because that's part of your preparation. You don't understand, as you come out of that Esther season of all of these demonic attacks, them demons gonna run from you as soon as they see you. You understand what I mean? So I hope this makes sense, whoever it was for you in your Esther season. It's fun to prepare, especially when you're 100% confident about everything that God's doing in your life, because guess what? God's word never returns void. And if God gave you the vision, that's because he's going to bring it to pass, so long as we stay in accordance with him and trust him and walk by faith and not by sight, and do what we need to do each day in a positive way to continue to level up in the Lord. I love y'all so very much. Y'all come join us on prettybossmoguls.com. Put your email, 10,000 plus leaders united around progress, profit, purpose. All my links are below to everything. I love all of you and appreciate everyone who supports what we do here on a regular basis. Y'all are all my real MVPs. Talk to y'all soon, y'all willing. Peace.